Hey, what's up, readers and shakers? It's time for a new horizon in literary talk. Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions is a literary lounge for readers who want to make informed decisions on how they spend their reading dollars. Each Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, authors will join us in the lounge for real talk with real readers. Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. This is the place to be for the best in literary conversation. See you there. Hey, what's up, readers and shakers? It's time for a new horizon in literary talk. Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions is a literary lounge for readers who want to make informed decisions on how they spend their reading dollars. Each Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, authors will join us in the lounge for real talk with real readers. Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. This is the place to be for the best in literary conversation. See you there. Hey, what's up, readers and shakers? It's time for a new horizon in literary talk. Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions is a literary lounge for readers who want to make informed decisions on how they spend their reading dollars. Each Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, authors will join us in the lounge for real talk with real readers. Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. This is the place to be for the best in literary conversation. See you there.
Some of us may write music. Some of us might want to just become life coaches.
Hey, what's up, readers and shakers? It's time for a new horizon in literary talk. Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions is a literary lounge for readers who want to make informed decisions on how they spend their reading dollars. Each Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, authors will join us in the lounge for real talk with real readers. Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. This is the place to be for the best in literary conversation. See you there.
And we have her on the line, and I really cannot wait to talk with her and jump into why she felt it was necessary to write this book. Now, I personally have met Helen, and she is a beautiful spirit. She's a beautiful human being. And so to read what she went through in life was pretty emotional at times. So that's why I cannot wait to talk with Johanna and find out why she decided that she needed to write this story with Helen. So are you there, Johanna? Johanna, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, wonderful. How you doing tonight?
I am doing well, and yourself?
I'm doing very well, thank you very much. I started reading Helen's Scars, and it is a very beautiful story. But then I went to your website, and I saw that you've written quite a few books to where you're helping people to find their own purpose. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so tell me about that. Why did you decide to write Helen's Scars?
Well, Helen is my aunt, and for a while, she was telling me a little bit about her story, and I would listen, and the passion that was in her voice, you know, something kind of hit me, and one day we were just talking on the phone, and I told her, you know what, I want to write this story. I knew it was going to be emotional. I didn't know what to expect, but I was prepared. And from that moment, I believe in April or May, I started working on her story, doing the interview. And it was pretty emotional at times. I was sad, I was happy, I was confused. I had moments of depression to where I had to just step away because, you know, this was my aunt, and I didn't understand why she went through the things that she went through.
Right.
But I'm happy that, you know, she made it out of it. And
Amen.
I felt that I had to tell her story and, you know, paint the picture so other people can kind of find their way if they're going through something like that.
Now, had you known that she had gone through so much?
No, I did not.
Okay.
It was something that my family, you know, I have my aunt has a lot of sisters and brothers. So it was something that my mother didn't share, you know,
Right.
And my mother's the oldest, the daughter. And she didn't say anything about that. It was kind of, I guess, a family secret. Whatever they went through, it wasn't shared among the family. So and it was shocking to hear a lot of the things she went through. It was very shocking.
Right. Well, I'm quite sure that was very difficult to have to hear that, and I'm sure you've had a close relationship with your aunt. In order for you to even know just a little bit of her story, and then for her to be able to open up to you, so you must have had a very good relationship to begin with.
I had a good relationship off and on. My family lived in New Orleans, but they lived in Algiers. So there were times we would visit. You know, my parents would take us over to visit the family, but it wasn't that much. And when I grew up and I got married, I moved to California with my husband. So there was a lot of times where there was no connection. And me and my aunt, we just kind of reconnected since last year. And so a lot has come out since that time.
So was she shocked when you said you wanted to write this story?
Yes, you know, because I was listening to a little bit of what she was saying. And by the way, Helen Smith is on the phone with us. But
hi, Miss Helen.
Hi, how you doing, Rhonda? It's Rhonda.
I'm doing very well. It's good to hear from you.
Good, good.
Well, I think I want to ask that question to you, Miss Helen.
yeah.
How did you feel when you found out that Johanna wanted to write this story about you?
Well, really, I didn't think, I said, well, no, I don't want nobody to know that what I went through. But then again, I told, okay, let's do this, because for one thing, a lot of people don't understand. We had a big family, and we had different colors, brown skin, light skin, and dark skin. I was the darkest one. And so, you know, it was like the darkest one was always, you know, got treated bad. And really why I wanted her to write it, to let people know that you don't have to go through that. See, I didn't know that I had to go through it. I did what I had to do to survive. And so now I just wanted people to know that, you know, people know about prostituting and drug and stuff, but they don't want to tell their story. So guess what? I'm out to tell everything that would happen to me and how God came in my life and restored me.
Amen. And you're right. I think sometimes when people get to a certain point in their life, they don't want to tell people about the struggles because they've kind of already painted that picture that everything was perfect and everything was easy. And then they're afraid that people may look at them differently if they knew the truth.
But too, I'm going to tell you like this. You have to go through something in order for God to use you. And, you know, and I'm glad I made it, because a couple of people that I know didn't. You know, that I hung with didn't. But thank God I had, you know, your grandmother, most of all, continue on talking to me. And the rest, some people, the streets, not my family, the streets. And looked like everywhere I went, somebody was telling me about God. So eventually, they planted the seed, and God brought me to go. Not to get to the point of, I went through this stuff. I was going through abuse at home. Nobody didn't know. And then I got married, thought everything was good with that, but it was worse than hell.
Right.
And so I had no other choice but to do. I was always broke, and I had no other choice but to do what I had to do to survive. And so that means even though I was doing days work and whatever, it still wasn't enough, because I had to take care of my bills and then plus my drug addiction.
So you were almost kind of functioning because you still wanted to make sure that you were dressed well, that you took care of your bills, that you had a place to live, even when you were on drugs.
Yes, I had to do that because I had family, but I couldn't go back to my family, and right. I had more sisters than I had brothers. Before I was already being abused at home, so I had to do what I had to do. I had to run the streets. I had to do what I had to do in order to keep myself where I was, because I couldn't go home. I couldn't say, well, let me go home to my family. I couldn't do that because, again, they was already verbally abusing me.
Right, right.
And so I had to do what I had to do to keep where I was. I was running from pillar to post because I had family and I couldn't go there because of abuse and everything. But, I thank God that I made it through everything. I made it through.
Amen. Now, you mentioned that there were people who, people like my grandmother actually, who reached out to you and, you know, were kind to you, told you about God. I'm sure that they may have been hard to take at first because you were used to people not saying good things to you. And then when people started showing kindness, did you at first think that you couldn't trust that?
It was like, I didn't know if they was really true, being truthful, because everything I was around was lying and conniving and no goodness. So I couldn't believe that. I didn't believe it because I'm figuring, well, they don't know my story.
Right, right.
You know? So I couldn't believe that somebody trying to help me. But two, it was the point of I talked to God and stuff, but I didn't believe in God at that time. I talked to him, but I didn't believe in him. And so that's the difference if you could talk to him and believe. But I talked, but I didn't believe. Right. Because at that time, I didn't know if there was a God or not, because the stuff I was going through, especially as a young woman. Like that.
And that's very understandable. With everything that you went through, it is kind of hard to believe that there is somebody out there who loves you. So I can totally understand that. Now, coming back to you, Johanna, and you're a life coach and you've written books like this before. Have you seen this pattern to where, you know, people weren't receiving love, they weren't receiving kindness, and then when they get it, they just don't know how to take it?
Yes, I see it a lot. And I talk to a lot of people who they either have some type of commitment phobia, they lack trust because they've never been nurtured. You know, they're kind of wary of people. Everybody's out to get them. And it's hard to kind of teach them to love because they wasn't stimulated to love. So it's like you're trying to coach them and introduce them to something that they never had. And it's kind of hard a lot of times to do that because it's psychological, it's, you know, it's emotional, and a lot of times they kind of beat up on the people that love them. And it's almost like a push and pull type of relationship. They pull you close, and then they push you away when they feel that you're all in, and that's when they don't trust anything. So, you know, I've seen it a lot. I talk to a lot of people that go through that.
Now, was it a trust process for, and this question is actually for both you and Miss Helen, was there a trust process to build up to actually being able to kind of reveal your whole truth as you were writing this book? I mean, because I'm sure, Miss Helen, as I'm speaking to you on this one, I'm sure you know Johanna as your niece. She's a lovely person, but you're about to tell her some really heavy things about yourself, and I'm sure that it took a little bit of a trust level because you didn't want her to look at you differently. And then at the same,
but how it came about was, you know, we get on the phone and we talk and joke around. And the book was supposed to be because they called me Mr. Helen because I had to fight in the family. I had to fight my husband, so I had to fight. So really, I took it as a joke because that's how I made myself happy by making me laugh. I had to make my own self laugh to at least have peace. So we took it as a joke. And so when she heard it, she said, well, okay, you want to write a book about it? At first, I thought about it. But I said, well, no, that maybe somebody will read it and see what I went through, and that will be able to help them, that they're not alone.
What kind of feedback have you gotten so far from people who've read the book?
Most of everybody telling me it's nice, but they didn't make no review.
Oh, okay. Well, we have to get some reviews out there.
My pastor told me it was awesome, but she made a review. But the rest of them didn't make no review on the thing Where you make a review at on Amazon.
Okay, well, we have to, and that you make a very good point. Many times, and it used to be people were just pouring reviews out. Everybody was putting reviews on Amazon, but then now you'll get people who, they might email the author and say, I like the book, or they might tell somebody else that was a good book, but they don't get on Amazon where they can reach more people. It doesn't even just have to be Amazon. It could be Goodreads. It could be Barnes & Noble. There are so many different outlets where we can put these reviews so more people can find out how great a book was. And many times that's the way authors are going to be able to get more sales, because people like to depend on the reviews. And it's funny because people like to depend on reviews, but not everybody's writing them. Okay, so it sounds like we need to take a quick little break so we can go to commercial, and we will be right back with author Johanna Sparrow and Miss Helen Smith.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is Remus Bowman. I want to invite you every Monday at 12 o'clock live for You and Your Credit. Call in, you can ask me questions. Believe me, I've got most of the answers for you. We're going to help you get a good credit score. We're going to open doors for you to have an opportunity to be successful and pay low interest for your automobile, your home, your credit cards, everything that you buy. We're going to put you on a great path to have a successful future. Send me your request for information. I'll be glad to answer your question. Every Monday at 12 o'clock, join me from 12 to 1 Monday afternoon for You and Your Credit, originating from New Orleans Talk Network.
Y'all know me, this the people person here.
Big homie head.
It's your boy Fred.
This man, big fan.
Right. Listen, we're your host of the New Orleans Talk Network's Fan View. Real fans talk real sports. Check us out every Thursday night, 6 p.m.
There's soul food, and then there's food for the soul. At a time where we live to eat, the Praline Connection restaurant serves up recipes that reach back into days long gone. You know, the kind of meals your mama cooked up for Sunday dinner. Fried chicken with macaroni and cheese and candied yams, homemade meatloaf with garlic mashed potatoes and string beans, or Nolan's filet gumbo. That's the real soul you get only at the Praline Connection restaurant, located at the corner, Charters and Frenchman Street in the Marinade.
Now New Orleans has a choice. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app for your mobile device or listen at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com.
And we are back talking with author Johanna Sparrow and her aunt, Helen Smith, and they've written this very, very powerful novel called Helen's Scars. And it's all about Helen's journey through life. She's been through so much. She's gone through not receiving love from her family, to drug use and prostitution. And then she was able to find her way through all of that. And she was even, she even had an abusive marriage. And she was able to find her way through all of that. And if you meet her today, you would never realize that she had been through so much. And she's, like I said, she's a very beautiful spirit. She's always laughing and talking with people. So it's amazing how therapeutic something like this can be, when you can actually tell your story in hopes that other people can learn from it, and then be able to live a functioning life. Do you find that a lot, Johanna, when you're helping people to write their stories?
Yes. A lot of times I'm told just the facts, the events. And from that, I have to kind of go into the mindset of that person. I have to kind of be them for a little while. It was the same with my aunt, right? Helen Scars. And I had to basically not only just listen to what she had to say, but from that, I had to kind of pull some things that she wasn't saying that, I figured she probably could have been experiencing through the abuse. So, yeah.
Now, when so what was the difference, the biggest difference between helping Miss Helen to write her story and then helping other people to write their stories with your other books?
Oh, my God. It's because it was a personal relationship. This is a family member. This is my aunt, right? So, I mean, writing for someone else and hearing something, you know, like that, you can kind of go through the emotions and you're kind of wowed by it. And you just tell the story and you build around it. Because a lot of times when people tell their story, they talk about the events, they don't show you how they were, you know, they're feeling. It's normally they went through this and they experienced that, but they never say, you know, deep down inside I was screaming, but nobody heard me, you know, or hell didn't even want me. So, or death didn't even want me. But that's what they're saying. That's what I'm hearing.
I saw that line. That was a very powerful line in the book, that death didn't even want to be bothered with me. And, you know, that struck me. And, you know, I had to kind of stop and just contemplate on that one for a minute.
Yeah. And the way my aunt was talking, and like she said, when we first started talking about it, you know, she was talking how she would kind of knock me out. And I was like, it should be called Mr. Helen, right? And we laughed, and she was like, that's what they called me. But like she said, the more I listened to the story, the events, the trauma, I was like, oh, my God, she was born with scars.
Right.
When she entered into the world, she had scars on her. She couldn't escape it. And that's when that title came to me. And I kind of revealed it to my aunt. I was like, I'm not gonna name it Mr. Helen. You know, a name came to me, and it was Helen Scars.
It's a beautiful
and she
name.
Loved it.
It's a very beautiful name. So, what other projects do you have on the horizon?
Well, first of all, I've written over 30 books, from self-help to novellas to memoirs to a novel. Right now I'm working on sibling envy, basically dealing with, and that's like a self-help, and dealing with, you know, torn relationships, conflict within a family when you have, you know, your siblings, they're jealous of you, and you're still trying to have a healthy relationship with them. So I'm working on that project.
That's a very serious subject right there, because it happens a lot more than what we think. It's been, you know, all the way since the beginning of the Bible times with Cain and Abel. So there is a such thing as sibling jealousy.
Yes, and it's so destructive that, you know, it could kind of take a life in a sense where you have to find if you're in that position, you find yourself walking away from your family in order to have sanity, you know, because everyone around you, if your siblings are jealous of you, even if you're praising them, it's as if your presence aggravates them. So, you know, that's a real serious topic that I'm working on right now.
And when will that book be published?
I'm planning on releasing that one October of this year.
Okay.
And next year, I'm planning on releasing about 6 more, one being Black Mamba, dealing with poisonous people. So, yes.
Oh, that's going to be another interesting one. I'm going to have to look some more into these books. I mean, because you're talking about some very serious subjects that go on within families all over the place.
Yes, and not only that, Rhonda, I also write about trauma. I have a series out dealing with molestation, male-on-male rape, even rape. And I realized when writing, even with my aunt, like I told her, you know, if you're going to tell her, and she knew, she's got to tell it all, right?
Right,
to be transparent. And some of my books, self-help, like with my rape book, Hands Off, I had to be transparent because I went through something like that. I was raped. So I understood. And male-on-male rape, something nobody talks about, child molestation. So I try to tackle these subjects. They're not pleasant and they're not fun to talk about, but they're needed.
Yes. Yes, very much so. Well, I thank you for sharing your stories, as well as helping Miss Helen to share her stories and all the other people who you've assisted with their stories. Now, where can people find more information on your books?
Well, they can go to johannasparrow.com, and when they go to, at the top, self-help books, on that page, it will let them know where they can find all of my books. They're in ebook and paperback format. They're Barnes & Nobles, iTunes. They're in several countries. So it's a long list of places where they can purchase the book.
Okay. Do you have any other
any
appearances?
of my books.
Do you have any other appearances coming up with to promote Helen Scars?
Not at this time. I'm trying to kind of get some more promotional gigs in place so we can kind of push this book a little bit more.
Okay, well,
very strong message.
If we at Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions can do anything to assist you in promoting the book, please just let us know. This is a very, very powerful story, and I can't wait to finish it. I'm still in the middle of it, and that's why I don't want to give too much away, but I'll give you a spoiler. Miss Helen triumphs in the end. She's a wonderful, wonderful person. So that's the only spoiler I'm going to give.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Rhonda.
Thank you. But
so is it okay? Can I go to Bible study?
I'm sorry?
Is it okay? Can I go to Bible study?
Of course you can go to Bible study, Miss Helen. Thank you so much for joining us, though.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And thank you, Johanna. Is there anything else, any parting words that you'd like to say before we end the interview?
No, I look forward to working with you.
Oh, awesome. And I look forward to working with you as well. So congratulations on a successful book. We'll be looking for more from you soon. And for all of you out there, remember, go to johannasparrow.com. And you can download, or excuse me, not download the book. Is the book on ebook yet?
Well, the book is available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble's, iTunes, but they can also go to johannasparrow.com because there's a lot of places where they can purchase the book, but it is available in ebook and paperback.
Okay, wonderful. So you don't have any excuses, people. If you don't like carrying the physical book, you can get it on ebook. Let's get out and let's support these authors. I mean, Johanna Sparrow, she's not a new author, but she's a very powerful author, and she deserves your support. So get out there, go to johannasparrow.com, go to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, everywhere. Let's purchase this book, people. And thank you so much. And thank you, Johanna, for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Have a great night. And, all right, now we'll be right back. And after the break, we are going to change shifts a little bit. And we're going to have DJ Petey Paul in the studio with us. And he's going to be talking about his own journey for finding his own purpose. We'll be right back.
Are you a member of Bedside Baptist? Well, now you can join Bethesda House of Prayer every Sunday for our live broadcast. It starts at approximately 9:45 every Sunday morning. Just go to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com and click play. We can't wait for you to join us from your home. And don't forget, if you want to join us live and in person, service starts for 9 a.m. and we are located at 7601 West Lake Expressway, Marrero, Louisiana, 70072, Suite C.
Are you looking for a home to live stream your next event? Give us a call here at Bethesda Community Event Center, the only place on the Gulf Coast that can host and broadcast live your wedding reception, your baby shower, business seminar, and any other special event. Give us a call at 504-708-9454 for more details.
Join in on Mondays from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. for Breaking the Silence with Dr. Patricia Fry. There are no limitations or boundaries. We talk about life, and guess what? That includes you. So download the app today, New Orleans Talk Network, and subscribe on YouTube. That's every Monday, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. New Orleans Talk Network, Breaking the Silence with Dr. Patricia Fry.
What is New Orleans Talk Network? It's today's hottest topics with an added flair. You get ready because the conversation will be hot and better yet, mobile. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app available on Android, iPhone, iPad, and you can listen to us on the web at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com. Write down our talk line at 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255. Interactive and worldwide. That's what we are. Join in on the real conversation and tell a friend about the New Orleans Talk Network.
Studio. You might not be used to seeing his smiling face unless you're on his Facebook or his Instagram when he goes live on his shows every Tuesday. But this is the man right here. This is Petey Paul. Right here. Yes. So, what you up to these days?
Oh, a little bit of everything. I just finished I took my finals yesterday in school and I passed.
Congratulations.
Man.
Now, that was one thing I actually wanted to talk to you about, because what this man has been doing, and a lot of people may not know this, he does his radio show on Tuesdays, and while he's at the radio show, he's still in class. So he was actually doing dual duty. So, I mean, that's a big part of finding your purpose. What made you decide to do that? Because that's a big undertaking.
Well, I was able to create this following, and I didn't want to lead the people astray, even though I had my disappearance asked me to be going to class. So I had to have somebody somewhat fill in, but I was going back and forth. The teacher was getting frustrated too. Because I would be like, excuse me, I go to the bathroom, but I'm actually running to the radio station and putting music on and then get with my DJ and then running back. And by the time I get to the classroom, I'm all sweaty and my shirt got a ring around the neck and all of that. But I just had to keep it going because I created this show from scratch with the idea I had was nothing but the people. You know what I'm saying? Because I never did radio a day in my life. I never had a passion to do radio. I was afraid. I wasn't the type to want to speak in front of people, you know, but when this opportunity came about, it was like I had to search within myself to like, what could I do? I'm in the radio, what can I do? What do the people need? And I just thought about it. I'm like, I just want to bring that feel good, you know, and be able to create some opportunities and a platform for the people and local artists too, because I noticed in the music industry that real radio, like the Q93s and 102.9s, they don't play local artists' music as much unless it's real hot. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that because they actually make money off of what they do, you know, and they don't have the time to deal with, or they don't have the monies to deal with the time it takes to spend records for people that's not spending money on their own music. So I felt bad. And I'm like, there's a lot of people out here that really believe in their music, whether it's good, bad, happy, or sad, and they need a platform. Right. And they got people that, our city is the most resilient city in,
Amen to that.
Man, we are the most resilient. We've been through so much and we're full of stories to tell. And individual stories is like, people could come into my radio show and speak on it, because there's somebody out there, if not many people out there, that's going through what they have overcome. Mm-hmm. And something within their story could help uplift somebody else. And I'm like, nobody's doing that, or not doing it on a platform where others can hear it and can receive it and take it in and overcome whatever it is, because this person right here got the blueprint.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I just did it for the people. I mean, I didn't do it for me. I didn't make $1 doing what I'm doing. I've been doing this 3 years, 1 day a week for 3 years, dedicating myself, and haven't made $1, and I didn't care, because it come from my heart, because I really love my people.
Well, you know, when you're doing what you love, it's gonna catch on.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is just keep doing what you're doing, and keep doing it well, and keep doing it with the excellence that you have been doing it on, because you're creating a platform not just for the people who you bring on the show. Mm-hmm. You're also making a platform for yourself. Right. Somebody's going to see that. Many people get discovered not because they're out there pounding the pavement, but because they're doing what they're doing it well, and somebody sees what they're doing and says, "I want to put you on a bigger platform."
Right.
Right. So, I mean, just keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, I'm not going to stop. Trust me. Believe that. Petey Paul will be at you. I'm trying to come to DJs. I'm trying to come to birthday parties.
What I'm talking about.
You got food, I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming with my DJ. I'm coming with my camera. And then I started doing something over at the Voodoo Barbecue and Grill.
Yes, tell us about that. Well, you do this every Saturday.
Man, this go to show you how God works. I didn't go out and search for this. Now, shout out to Kerry Daniels and Major Pay Records, because it was his idea and he plugged me in with it. But I wasn't out there searching for anything. I was just doing the Petey Paul show, and then this opportunity came for me to be able to do something at the Voodoo Barbecue and Grill, which is, I have a DJ. I was trying to get a local band in there to help build, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to build, because nothing's going on St. Charles Avenue, you know what I'm saying? They definitely don't have a radio DJ, disc jockey, DJ, nobody on St. Charles Avenue doing anything. So I'm like, well, I don't want to draw the wrong crowd, but I do want to bring my people out and have some fun. So I was trying to do, I wanted to promote Voodoo Barbecue and Grill and bring some live entertainment. You know, still have some local artists.
I know that there are some bands, or somebody who knows a band who is watching this right now, who might be looking for an opportunity. This is the man you need to talk to, because he's providing those opportunities every Saturday.
Yeah, come out from 7 to 11 every Saturday at the Voodoo Barbecue and Grills, the Petey Paul What It Do show, DJ Hood on the 1s and 2s, and whatever band show up, got everything else. Other than that, we eating barbecue, we licking the bone, you know what I'm saying? We eating some chicken, some ribs, some brisket.
You know, we can't be mad at the brisket now.
Oh man, the brisket is off the chain, baby.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. You got to come through.
I am going to come through.
You got to come through. Come eat and shake a tail feather, girl.
I think I might be there Saturday. All right, you heard it? I put it out there.
Come through.
Rhonda Lawson, your girl, who sits in the literary lounge all the time, is going to come out, and I'm going to the Voodoo Lounge. Look at this. Look at this. Look at all these comments you're getting already.
That's my people, man. They love me, man. They love me, and I love them back so much.
There's nothing wrong with that.
They just don't know.
Nothing wrong with that.
They just don't know, man. For real. And y'all support, I want them to support you as well, because me and you go way back. A lot of people don't know the connection, but she's the aunt of my oldest son.
Yes,
and I thank you for doing what you did for him too, boy. You helped out a lot.
Hey, you know, we have some good kids in the family, and you know,
yes, indeed.
Josh is the first grandchild. I always said that he was a blessed child, and he continues to be blessed.
Yes.
So, and a big part of that was having his dad active in his life.
Yeah. Thank God I got my mind right. You know, at one point I wasn't. Woo-wee.
Well, you know what? It goes to show, though, that just because you may have made mistakes, or you may have gone through some things at one time, that does not have to write the rest of your life.
Exactly.
You still have a great relationship with your son. You're providing platforms for local artists throughout the city right now. I mean, and you're on Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions.
That's
I mean,
right.
that's
one and only,
huge right there
Lawson.
now.
Cha-ching.
So that's what I'm talking about. So, you know, just you may have made, and this is kind of what we were talking about in the last segment, is that just because you may have made some mistakes in your life, or you may have gone a different way, that does not have to write the rest of your life. That's all about what we were talking about with finding your purpose. Do you think you found your purpose so far?
Did I, man? It's just amazing that I didn't know I had a talent to do what I'm doing. And once I kept going, I realized what my purpose was, and my purpose was the people, reaching out to the people, giving the people the real, telling the people the truth, being there for the people. Because, I'm not necessarily trying to be a leader, but I want to set examples, you know what I'm saying? Yes. I want to show people if you just believe in what you believe in, everybody's blessed with a gift. I know people tired of hearing that. Everybody's blessed with a gift. Everybody got to give. No, they don't. It's a lie. No, you just misinformed. I'm telling you, everybody has a gift, and I was blessed to find mine. And my gift is to care for many, many people. I may care too much. My wife tell me, you always put people before yourself. You always do this and you do this for everybody else, but you don't think about home or you don't think about this. But, I mean, it's not I'm doing it on purpose. I'm just following my heart and I'm following my mind. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I really care. I really genuinely care because there's been so many snakes in the grass in the city that misled so many people. I'm talking about from politicians to people in the hood.
There you go.
You know, and we just been misled so much. And I want to be that one person that everybody could say, if Petey Paul said, you best believe it's the truth.
And that's the way it should be. I think we need more people who aren't afraid to just stand up and tell the truth. I mean, you're never going to make 100% of the people happy all the time. So don't try to make everybody happy. But nobody can ever say that you're not fair or that you're not truthful when you always come correct with somebody.
Right. Right.
And that's the way it should be.
Yeah, that's the way it's going to be with me. I tell you that.
All right, now.
Trust me.
I understand.
Ain't no changing Petey, baby.
So now I did want to go back just a little bit because before you started doing radio, you were actually managing?
Well, so-called managing. You know, I tried to. My younger brother, well, I call him my younger brother. He my other brother from another mother. Everybody know how we do down here in New Orleans. Your best friend end up becoming your brother, or your sister, or what have you. But N.O. Measy, Mike Measy, Mr. Get Cut Like You Ugly. Can't nobody tell me that we not brothers. Just like Alfred Simmons, Al Capizzle, MC Al Capizzle. Nobody could tell us we not brothers. Silverback G's, we are brothers. All of us are brothers. But as far as the management part, it was wonderful, it was fun, and it was painful too at the same time because me and him was at each other's neck at certain points, you know, but it was just some brotherly type love. I was taking things personal and I didn't know how to separate business from personal, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't want anybody getting in on managing him because he's really a true talent. Right. And that song, Cut Like You Ugly, even though it's a dirty song, it was a fun song. Everybody loved it. And I just seen when I looked at certain people, I just saw dollar signs in the eyes. And I don't chase the dollar. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to be, that's where I start being real with the entertainment and started noticing people and want to separate the snakes from the you know, the good side from the bad side. Because when that song dropped, it was just so many people coming at him, and I'm like, boom, I'm brick wall, brick wall, brick wall. I'm sitting there just jumping in the way, like, you ain't getting to him, you're not getting to him. No, you're not. You know what I'm saying? So, and I did the management thing, and a guy named Kay Levy as well out in Vacherie. This dude here, oh my gosh, I'm telling y'all, if y'all have kids, even adults, Kay Levy. Kaylin Levy on Facebook. Go to kaylevymusic.com. I promise you, your kids, all the way up to your grandmother, can listen to this kid's music. I think he just made 22 years old. Positive young man. And it's hip, it's hot, it's fun to listen to, but it's real. And I never heard nobody put music into like real life events and just daily stuff into lyrics like that. I met him, and I tried to play the management role with him, too, but I was really just doing it out of my heart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And don't hesitate to cut me off if we got to take a break.
No, we got time.
I met him out in Vacherie during a Measy show, and it was a bounce show. I'm in the back eating some chicken, bouncing. I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling that bounce music, but I hear this in the auditorium portion, I hear this little tiny voice, like a kid's voice, but spitting some major adult, grown, intelligent lyrics. And I'm like, who in the world would come here and say some stuff like that? But it surely is hot. Let me get out here, put my chicken down. And I went out there and I looked and I ended up getting over the crowd. And I looked and I see this little bitty puny slim kid spitting some stuff that will get your mind right and put you in the church the next day. Okay. But still good enough to hear at that type of event. You know what I'm saying? And him, Kay Levy and Measy, I learned a whole lot and a lot of people down the road like Cessful 5 and Six War Pook and DJ Row assistant Joan. I haven't seen her so long, I forgot her name, man. But it was a lot of people that helped me out along the way, that gave me tips about managing and whatnot. And like I said, it came down to me being more personal than business, so I ended up falling back from being me as a manager because I cared too much about the wrong stuff. I couldn't get business-wise. I always was throwing my feelings out there thinking people was trying to get over.
Right.
I was messing up his business, so I just fell back from it and just started enjoying the music and enjoying the time.
It's good that you can admit that you were able to do that.
Yeah.
Because some people don't want to admit that, and they'll just keep moving forward. And you may be actually hurting instead of helping. But you were able to recognize that early enough to where you were able to actually help him by stepping back.
Yes.
And some of you may be wondering why, how a DJ fits into a literary show, but he just talked about it. Lyrics, that's all about writing. And when you can write lyrics that actually touch people, that can actually reach people, then you're doing something. And that's one of the reasons I believe that Chance the Rapper is so hot right now.
Yes, that's a writing fool right there, boy.
Yes.
Oh my God, Chance the Rapper, Kendrick Lamar.
That's
Big
another one, Kendrick
Sean,
Lamar.
all them
And
boys.
and as crazy as people might think he is,
yeah.
Jay-Z's best friend. Well, I guess he used to be his best friend. They don't like each other no more, I guess, huh?
If it's not on Love and Hip Hop, I don't know. I almost watch Love and Hip Hop. I was about to try and crack a joke, but
really, Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
See, on that note, we're gonna take a break.
Please, because I just totally just screwed my brain. This sizzle fried me just now. I don't even watch that crap like talking about.
Okay, so we're gonna take a break, and we'll be right back with DJ Petey Paul.
How does a crawfish or shrimp etouffee sound? What about a piping hot cup of gumbo? Or a catfish platter with soft shell crawfish, catfish, livers, and pickles? And that's just for starters. What about entrees? If this is getting your mouth watering, then you need to come to the Praline Connection. Our down-home Cajun Creole-style restaurant has been providing soul food at affordable prices for over 20 years. And our pralines are delicious. We're a restaurant, a gift shop, and a candy shop, all in one. Bring your friends and enjoy an amazing meal today. Come see us at 542 Finchman Street in New Orleans, or check us out online at www.pralinconnection.com. And be sure to like us on Facebook. You can also give us a call at 504-943-3934.
Y'all know me, this the people person here.
Big homie head.
It's your boy Fred.
This man, big fan.
Right. Listen, we're your host of the New Orleans Talk Network's Fan View. Real fans talk real sports. Check us out every Thursday night, 6 p.m.
What's up, readers and shakers? It's your girl, Rhonda M Lawson, sending you a personal invite to the Literary Lounge. Tune in to Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions each Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for the best in literary conversation. Each week, a different author will join us to talk to their most important readers, you. You can also call in to ask your own questions. So don't forget, each Wednesday at 7 p.m., join us in the lounge for Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. See you there.
Now New Orleans has a choice. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app for your mobile device or listen at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com.
Oh, where was I here? I don't know. We were just gone, like in our own zone. You and your zone over here.
I know. We were like doing our own little thing. It was all for the good of the show.
Oh man. Gee,
so, anyways, we were talking about lyricists and why having a talent for writing is important to writing great lyrics. Mm-hmm. I was talking about Kanye West. Where he went with Love and Hip Hop, I have no idea.
Y'all have to erase that. Tell your producers to erase that portion. The Love and Hip Hop don't get no respect. You know what? I wish Love and Hip Hop, and I actually heard Love and Hip Hop actually tried to shoot an episode here.
Well, they were going to do a Love and Hip Hop New Orleans at one time, and I don't think it ever.
I don't think they had the right people in place. Not saying anything wrong with those people, but at the same time, when you look at all the places they shoot Love and Hip Hop, they have so much opportunity, and then I come to find out that Love and Hip Hop actually provides the people with the places to stay and the money, the cars to make them look good and make spaz it up a little bit and all of that. But I mean, New Orleans. I don't care how big Atlanta is. I don't care how big California is or any other state, Texas. New Orleans is full of the baddest. We are the best when it comes down to lyrics. We, as far as artists.
We started all this here now.
Man, and I'm so frustrated with Cash Money and No Limit. I'm not.
So, okay, no shade. But did you go to the Essence Festival? Did you see the No Limit reunion?
No, somebody actually was supposed to get me some tickets, but they didn't. They ain't come through.
I think somebody just got shaded.
I ain't gonna say no names, Jay. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, I didn't make it, and I did go to the convention center though with the kids and the wife, and we went down there for that. But no, I didn't get to see. I saw it on this particular person's Facebook Live. I saw it. You know what I'm saying? They were there, and they showed it from a distance.
Well, what'd you think of what you saw?
It was
interesting,
nostalgic. It took me back, and it just gave me a reminder of how fun those days were. Because man, New Orleans, I've never in my life seen a whole city, get behind a group of artists like we did with No Limit and Cash Money.
That is true.
Nobody has ever supported anybody like that before. And if you came across talking anything, it would have been some mess. That's how hard we rock behind our people.
Master P could have run for mayor and made it the way it was going back in those days.
Boy, Master P, Baby, all of them, any of them could have ran. That could have been our city council right there. Straight up, all of them, all from the rooter to the tutor.
Now that would be interesting. Master P would be our mayor. Who's gonna be our city council, baby?
Nah, Slim, because Slim like to be Slim that cool when I stay back in the back. Don't want, I like him. I prefer Slim to be on the city council. And
what about Mystical?
Let the Colonel be Mystical. I think I'll make him they don't have sergeant at arms, huh?
Not on the city. Oh my goodness, you're hilarious.
Danger. Make him sergeant at arms. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, wait. I got one for you. Where's Snoop going?
Snoop, I'll put him over the school board. I'll put him over the school board because he could be Uncle Snoop. And he could be that stern factor too.
I'm gonna have to go to Facebook Live. I'm sure somebody on there has some comments on this one because I don't know where this interview is headed right now.
Man,
but Atlanta sending you some love though.
Really?
Yes, Atlanta sends love.
Man, I never even been to Atlanta. I drove through it.
You never been to Atlanta?
Never been to Atlanta. Never been to Atlanta. And I'm for my people that made that transition from New Orleans to Atlanta, from New Orleans to Texas, and all of that. I'm like because of Katrina. I'm so I hate Katrina happened, but I'm happy because there were so many people that had never left this city.
Right.
That's living somewhere else that's doing better than they would ever have done here.
And it's not so much because of New Orleans per se, but they were basically in a box here.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're right. There were some people who had never even been to Baton Rouge. Yeah. And that's only an hour away.
Right.
So I do like the fact that some people actually were able to get out, see some other parts of the country, and actually capitalize and do well.
Yeah.
So that was great to see. But at the same time, it was also great to see so many people come back and be a part of rebuilding the city.
Yeah, because it wouldn't have been the same. I mean, when we first started back up, it just ain't feel the same. And it even with the mess and everything, we came together. But when you're seeing all the, and it's not a bad thing, but you're seeing all the Latinos coming through, and you're seeing people from other states just sitting up in your city taking over, or you thought they was taking over, but everything ended up equalizing and settling, you know what I'm saying? Right. And we're back to normal, except for the crime and all
the crime's gotten a little high.
That's back to normal, though. We always been crime-filled, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on, but these dudes out here and the girls that's doing the setups and all of that kind of stuff, too, is foolish, it's stupid, it's ridiculous.
We've got to do something, you know. I think, you know, they say a lot of it has to do with education and job availability. You know, that maybe the crime rate won't be so high if people felt like they had alternatives.
Right. That, too, but go back a little further and go into the home.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
You're absolutely right.
There's so many kids back then.
Well, see, it's a slippery slope, though, because if you're in a home where education wasn't the priority, then you know, it's going to be hard for you to make education a priority.
Exactly. Because the parents, depending on the style of parents you have, they make it generational.
Right.
It turns to a generational curse. You got some no good parents that don't care about their job. They're hustling in the streets. They're doing this, doing that, and they just getting by. And then what you think the child is going to see and do? They're going to do the same thing, get by, but then they go see all the nice things that their friends have and whatnot, and they going to want a part of it, and they going to do whatever they got to do to get it because they're getting tired of being talked about. They're getting tired of being bullied. They're getting tired of having to go to the store and get some sandwich meat that's not really sandwich meat and some bread and come back and make the best of it, ramen noodles and all of that. They don't want that. They tired of that. How you gonna get a girlfriend when you're 13, 14 coming over there with some bologna, not bologna, bologna with some no-name bread. The crust on it is still already stale, and then you got Kool-Aid with not enough sugar. You know what I'm saying? You got TV
really
but no cable.
He's really going
there,
people.
So it starts at home though, and I would hold the parents accountable. I got an idea in my head. I'm gonna say this idea. This is my idea. Parents can't control your kids. If you don't report that if you can't relinquish them to a particular, if they start this foundation of your kids out there and they part of the problem, go sign off on them. If they get stopped, they go into this program, a rehab program to help them become good citizens. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take a lot of money, but they're spending money on all the French quarters. Look at the streets today. I worked on that project out there. They're spending beaucoup money to redo the streets in the French quarters, and they're spending money on a bunch of other stuff, but they're not spending money on the right stuff, the stuff that the biggest problem is the crime.
Yeah. Our neighborhoods. We need to work on our neighborhoods.
Yeah, it's
nice to fix up the tourist areas. We know that's what makes us money, but when we leave the tourist area and then come home, we need to come home to something that we're proud to call ours.
Yeah.
And so, we do need to do some work in the neighborhoods.
You know what other idea I came up with?
What?
For these shootings? I don't know how possible it is, but you know how they got these drones that go up in the sky, they fly all around? Every ward, put a drone up in the sky. Put a monitor or a meter on there that registers when, what's the type of power, what type of energy that is when a gun, kinetic energy, that reads and try and follow kinetic energy. So when that vibration and that wave, that sound wave from the gun going off, it'll send a signal to that drone. The drone will hone in, and if you see a car scurrying away or somebody running, you zoom in, you follow them, and you're telling them where they at. Go get that bar.
Okay, so we have people running for mayor. They're out there, about 7, 8 of them running around. You heard this man. You might want to get him on your team, on your advisory team, because he has some ideas for this city.
Yeah.
So this could be our next mayor one of these days.
I thought about that too, but I know I don't like going to school. Honestly, I'm not saying I don't.
We just talked about education.
I understand that. I'm in it, and I'm about to graduate next year, and I'm gonna have my degree. But it was too many young people there, and I'm old. Not old, but older. I'm older. And it just felt weird, but it was a good thing, and actually I helped egg on some of the older people there too, because they was being kind of frustrated that they had all these youngsters around. The following program is recorded and aired at a previous time. And that's how I got by. I just enjoyed it, and everybody laughed at me, and it was funny. I got my education.
Okay.
I'm graduating this time next year, baby.
All right. Do your thing. Congratulations. I want to be at the graduation, and I want to be at the party, because I know there's going to be a party.
Ooh-wee. Yes, indeed. We're going to throw down, baby. I'm going to throw down so hard, boy.
So, We're about to close up the show. I have just a last question. What are your final thoughts to people who are looking for their own purpose, just based off of your experience?
I'm gonna tell you like this: there's somebody out there. I don't care if it's just one person, that when you find your purpose, you'll be able to help. Mm-hmm. And if you care anything for yourself or for other people, or if you just want to be able to get that pat on your back, you know what I'm saying, and be there for somebody, it's great. I mean, you're going to have to continue to find that purpose. Just because you haven't found your purpose, it does not mean your purpose does not exist.
Amen.
It's just not your time yet. But as long as you stay focused and as long as you keep moving forward with what you're doing and not giving up, surround yourself with like-minded people, or people, like if your circle, can I go into one thing right quick?
Go
right
right
we got
ahead.
enough time. When I was, I was 22 when I went into the Navy, and when I left out the hood, before I went to go catch that plane, I went over to go holler at my boys and tell them, dap them off and whatnot, and tell them I'm leaving. I'm going to get on the plane. I'm going to boot camp. They laughed at me. Everybody sitting up there with a 40, got a blunt in their hand, and talking trash, this, that, and other at the park. When I came back from boot camp and I wanted to go show off my uniform to the same people, when I came back, guess where everybody was at? Same spot. You heard me? So the same exact spot. Yes. And I had to change that.
Please do not let people shame you into staying where you are. Continue to expand, continue to grow.
I'm telling you, find you a new circle, open your mind, do what you have to do every day. If you're having bad days when you wake up in the morning, wake up on the other side of the bed. If you tried that, and your next step is to brush your teeth, well, then wash your face first, then brush your teeth. Mm-hmm. The next step is, if you went out the front door and your day still went bad, well, go out the back door or the side door next time. Just switch it up all the time. Do something different. Don't keep doing the same routine if you're not getting good results. You know what I'm saying? Switch it up. You feel me?
You're saying it. You're saying it, but unfortunately, I got to end the show.
Let's go. It's all good. I enjoyed myself.
I enjoyed having you here. This was a lively show.
Yes, it will always be live from Petey Paul, baby.
I agree.
Yes,
I agree.
Indeed.
Well, I want to thank you for being here and hanging out with us in the Literary Lounge and showing us a different perspective on literacy.
Right.
And I also want to thank all of you for joining us. Continue to share this video. This video is going to be up forever and ever and ever. Mm-hmm. So continue to share this video so other people can get this knowledge that DJ Petey Paul was spitting over here. I told you he's running for mayor one day.
One day.
You heard it here first.
See that logo?
All right.
My logo.
Well, y'all have a great night. Thank you so much, and we will see you next week.
Peace and love.